Welcome back to another installment of Traffic Like Takeaways on the Pregame Show with Terrace Harris, where we talk about the latest game that the Colorado Buffaloes played and provide 3 takeaways from the game, 3 things that I saw from the game. The game just wrapped up a few minutes ago, Colorado versus West Virginia, and it was sadly another loss for the Buffaloes. This loss kicks them out of bowl contention for the year, but there are still some positives to take from this game. West Virginia is obviously a very tough environment to play in, especially in the circumstances that the Buffaloes were in offensively, which we'll talk about later. In a really close game, a competitive game, especially defensively. But yeah, 3 takeaways, starting with the green light takeaway, which will be the most obvious takeaway, the takeaway that I also think would be the most beneficial for the team. And I think it's pretty obvious this week that the green light takeaway should be the fact that Julian Lewis is going to be a solid future. He's going to hold a solid future offensively for the Colorado Buffaloes as the leader of this team at that quarterback position. There obviously were, this year, technically speaking, is supposed to be his senior year of high school. So he just turned 18 a month or 2 ago. So obviously he had those early game jitters that are just going to come with being a young quarterback, being put on the big stage, not only just being on the big college football D1 stage, but the fact that he is a Colorado Buffalo and the nationwide attention that the Colorado Buffaloes get, that obviously created some more pressure for Juju. But yeah, he started the game out pretty sloppy. It's just, like I said, it was just those jitters, starting things out slow, trying to figure out the defense. But once he got going, he got going. So yeah, I think he finished the game with, I think he was a yard short of 300 passing yards, two passing touchdowns. He showed great pocket presence. He did take a few sacks that could have been avoided, but I think those are just like rookie mistake sacks, if that makes sense, like not something that you should worry about very much. I think it was just a matter of awareness that is going to come naturally as he gets more time, on the big stage playing in real games. But yeah, other than that, he had amazing pocket presence. He was able to pull the ball when necessary, was putting amazing throws all down the field, gave Omarion Miller an incredible stat line, gave him and Omarion obviously have a great connection going right now, and Omarion is definitely the top receiver in this room. And so going into next year, I'm glad to see where that connection goes. But yeah, overall, Juju had an amazing game. The offense overall stepped up tremendously, even I keep using that Coach Prime buzzword, tremendously. But yeah, even the running game was incredible. The running game was obviously something that, with this current play style that we have with Coach Pat Shermer, Brett Bartolone, the running game is something that needs to be central to this offense, and it's something that had kind of been slowed down over these recent weeks, but it stepped up again this week. Dallin Hayden had a great game. But yeah, overall the offense looks sharp. I think the slow start coming from the inexperienced quarterback obviously ended up costing them in the end. But overall, there are some major keys, major good things to take away from this offense. At the yellow light, obviously these last 2 weeks, it's something that you just don't even want to think about if you're talking about the defensive side of the ball. Letting up, I believe it's 105 scores, 105 points over these last 2 weeks. But there was an improvement with the defense. 2 interceptions. I think there was a forced fumble as well, if I'm not mistaken. A couple sacks. So overall, just a great improvement from the defense. Jeremiah Brown has really stepped up as a senior leader in that linebacker room. I believe he had double-digit tackles. Taufik Bayard tipped a pass that ended up resulting in a touchdown, and Taufik Bayard is obviously one of, if not the best defensive players on this team, and he has continued to, prove that he is here to stay, and he is a sophomore, so we still have a couple years left with Taufik. Open field tackling has been an issue with this team over this whole season, and that did persist again this week. There were the first touchdown that West Virginia got, it was on 4th and goal, like the 4-yard line, 3-yard line. They got the stop. They got to the backfield when West Virginia ran the ball straight down the middle, but missed tackles allowed them to score. And missed tackles, like I said, it's just been a theme for this defense, and it ended up biting them again this week. My red light point is, I guess, just the fact that bowl eligibility is now gone for the Buffaloes. This season was definitely not one that was expected going in, as far as the results of these games. Coach Prime will tell you himself that this season could have been very different if the Colorado Buffaloes didn't shoot themselves in the foot and bite the bullet as many times as they did. But yeah, bowl eligibility is now out of the question for the Buffaloes. But this season is definitely going to be seen as a rebuilding season, which I suppose isn't that bad when you have a true freshman quarterback who just balled out the way that he did. But yeah, bowl eligibility is out of the question now. We're heading into our bye week, so that is going to give us 2 weeks to prepare for definitely our toughest opponent as far as the back half of the schedule with Arizona State. Arizona State did lose their star quarterback, but they're still going to be a tough team. They were ranked at one point. So these 2 weeks that we're going to have to prepare for Arizona State are really going to help the team out, give Julian Lewis ample time to, now that he knows what the big stage looks like, got his first career start, balled out against West Virginia, like I've been saying, he's going to get 2 weeks to prepare for that Arizona State defense, they're going to bring the house as far as pressure towards him. They're going to bring the house. But I believe that we can win this game and just end the season on a high note. Even though this was a loss, I still think that we are, starting to go up the mountain and reach a high again with this Julian Lewis era of the Colorado Buffaloes. But yeah, that's all I have. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in 2 weeks.
Where y'all from?
We up from Miami, Florida.
All the way from Miami.
All the way from Miami.
Appreciate y'all coming, man.
Hey, man, we love what you guys are doing, man. We want to support you in every way.
Appreciate your family.
And we're recruiting at home. Everything we see at home, we bringing it this way.
My man.
Thank you.
You gotta believe. Dude, we've been believing since day one,
That's
dog.
why I gave him to
Remember
you.
back in Jackson State? We've been believing with you in the pregame show.